A cardigan, sneakers, and silence. When Daniela Ramos walked into São Paulo's most exclusive boutique, they saw nothing worth selling to. She didn't argue or defend herself, just noted their rejection and left. Later that day, their cameras would capture her returning with security. After all, they'd just insulted their silent majority owner. What happens when politeness isn't weakness, but strategy? Before we dive into the story, comment below where in the world you're watching from. The morning haze clung to Rua Oscar Freire as Daniela Ramos approached Maison Leandre's entrance. At 26, she moved with practiced invisibility. Simple, cotton dress, worn leather sneakers, no jewelry. The kind of customer luxury boutiques pretended not to see. Inside, marble floors reflected crystal chandeliers. The air carried notes of bergamot and leather, the brand's signature scent. Daniela inhaled deeply, recognizing the blend she'd personally selected 18 months ago. "May I help you?" The sales associate, Fernanda according to her gold nameplate, assessed Daniela with practiced efficiency. Her smile stopped at her eyes. "Good morning. I'd like to see the Celestine handbag, please." Daniela kept her voice soft, almost apologetic. Fernanda's perfectly sculpted eyebrow arched. "The limited edition? I'm afraid that piece is reserved for our private clients. I understand. Is it available for purchase?" "For certain customers, yes." Fernanda's tone sharpened. "Perhaps our outlet location in Muka would better suit your needs." From across the showroom, another customer, dripping in designer labels, snickered. A junior associate whispered something about Instagram girls to her colleague, not bothering to lower her voice. Daniela nodded once. "Thank you for your time." She walked out, footsteps silent on marble. But she didn't go far. In the cafe across the street, Daniela pulled out her phone. Her assistant answered on the first ring. "Marina, I need the security team. Problem at the store?" "You could say that." "They just suggested I shop at the outlet." Marina's sharp intake of breath carried through the speaker. "I'll have them there in 15 minutes. While waiting, Daniela remembered her first sketches at 16, designs born from necessity when her seamstress mother brought home fabric scraps. College scholarships, late nights in fashion school, the gamble of investing her inheritance in a struggling European luxury house. 3 SUVs pulled up outside Maison Leandre exactly 14 minutes later. The security team emerged, discreet, professional, forming a subtle perimeter as Daniela approached the entrance again. This time, every head turned. Regional manager Eduardo Santos burst from his office, his usual composure cracking. "Senora Ramos, we weren't expecting. If we'd known that I owned it?" Daniela's voice remained gentle. Interesting how knowledge changes service. Fernanda stood frozen behind the counter, color draining from her face. "I came for a gift," Daniela continued. "My cousin's birthday. She loves our work." Of course. Eduardo's hands fluttered. "Fernanda, the Celestine bag. Immediately." "Actually," Daniela raised her hand, "I've changed my mind about the purchase. Instead, I'll take a complete staff evaluation, starting now." Silence crystallized in the perfumed air. "That handbag?" Daniela glanced at the vitrine. "Donate it to our scholarship program. Someone who understands value beyond labels should have it." Eduardo's Adam's apple bobbed. "Absolutely. And regarding the staff, full retraining." "Everyone." Daniela's eyes found Fernanda's. "We sell dreams here, not judgment. Our clients come in all packages." Later, in her private office overlooking the boutique, Daniela spoke with Marina over coffee. "You could have announced yourself immediately," Marina observed. "I needed to know. How do we treat someone who can't give us anything?" Daniela set down her cup. "Now I do. What's next?" "The First Gaze Initiative. Mystery shoppers from all backgrounds, testing every location. Kindness becomes mandatory, not optional." Marina made notes. "And the scholarship expansion? Double it. Focus on designers from overlooked communities." Daniela moved to the window. "Fashion should inspire, not intimidate." 2 months later, Fernanda, now retrained, greeted a young woman in second hand. "Clothes, good afternoon, how may I help you today?" The customer hesitated. "I'm just looking, these prices..." "Take your time. Would you like to hear about our student discount program?" Outside, Daniela watched through the glass. Sometimes the best revenge wasn't confrontation, it was transformation. Her phone buzzed. Marina again. "The quarterly reports are in. Sales up 12% since the retraining. It's not about the numbers." "I know, but the board likes them anyway." Daniela smiled, remembering her mother's words. "Minha filha, true elegance isn't what you wear. It's how you treat those who have nothing to offer you." She'd built an empire on that principle. Today, finally, her stores reflected it too. That evening, Daniela attended a charity gala in a simple black dress, her own design naturally. No logos, no flash, just quality that whispered instead of shouted. A society photographer approached. "Senora Ramos, that dress, it's stunning. Who's the designer?" She glanced down, smoothing the fabric. "Someone who believes in looking deeper." The photographer looked puzzled, but Daniela had already moved on. 6 months after the boutique incident, Maison Leandre launched its Invisible Elegance campaign, featuring real customers in everyday clothes, their stories of kindness receiving or giving overshadowing any product placement. Sales soared. During an interview, a fashion journalist asked about the campaign's inspiration. "Personal experience," Daniela replied simply. "Care to elaborate?" "Let's just say I shop in my own stores." "Incognito," the journalist laughed, thinking it was a joke. Daniela didn't correct her. That night, reviewing applications for the expanded scholarship program, Daniela paused at one entry. Fernanda Santos, the former sales associate, had applied to design school. Her essay began, "I learned that true luxury isn't about excluding people. It's about recognizing potential in unexpected places." Daniela approved the application personally. A year later, at São Paulo Fashion Week, Maison Leandre's show opened with models in everyday clothes, jeans, t-shirts, sneakers, gradually transforming into haute couture. The message was clear: elegance exists in everyone. Backstage, Fernanda, now an intern, helped with final adjustments. "Senora Ramos," she began nervously. "Daniela," she corrected gently. "I wanted to thank you for seeing past my mistake. We all have blind spots. The trick is learning to see beyond them." Fernanda nodded, tears threatening her carefully applied makeup. "Besides," Daniela added, adjusting a model's hem, "the best designs come from understanding our flaws in fabric and in character." The show was a triumph. Critics called it revolutionary and a masterclass in inclusive luxury. But for Daniela, the real victory was smaller, quieter, watching her staff genuinely welcome a teenager in ripped jeans who'd saved for months to buy a single scarf. No judgment, no assumptions, just service with dignity. In her office that night, Daniela drafted plans for the company's next phase: affordable luxury lines, pop-up shops in underserved neighborhoods, mentorship programs. Her phone lit up with a message from her mother. "Proud of you, minha filha. You're dressing souls now, not just bodies." Daniela smiled, remembering those childhood nights when they dreamed over fabric scraps. Who could have imagined those dreams would reshape an industry's conscience? The next morning, she entered a different Maison Leandre boutique, still in her uniform of simplicity. The sales associate brightened. "Welcome. How may I assist you today?" "No assessment, no judgment, just warmth. Just browsing," Daniela replied. "Take your time. Can I offer you some coffee? We have a lovely Brazilian blend." "That sounds perfect." As the associate bustled off, Daniela reflected on the journey, from rejection to revolution, from humiliation to humanization. Her empire wasn't built on exclusivity anymore. It thrived on empathy. The associate returned with coffee in a delicate porcelain cup. "Here you are. By the way, I love your sneakers. They look so comfortable." They are. Sometimes the simplest things are the most valuable. Our founder says something similar. She believes luxury is about how you make people feel, not what they wear. Daniela sipped her coffee, hiding her smile. She sounds wise. She is, though I've never met her personally. They say she shops in our stores incognito, testing our service. Really? How fascinating. It keeps us honest, treating everyone like they might be the owner. After browsing, Daniela left without buying anything, but she left something more valuable, confirmation that her vision worked. Back at headquarters, she convened her board. Profits are up 30%, the CFO reported. More importantly, Daniela interjected, customer satisfaction is at an all-time high. The correlation is clear, agreed the marketing director. Kindness sells. It's not about sales, Daniela reminded them. It's about souls. The room fell, quiet. Some board members still struggled with this philosophy. When we treat people with dignity, she continued, sales follow naturally, but dignity comes first. After the meeting, Daniela returned to her design studio. Sketches covered every surface, not just clothes, but retail experiences. Fitting rooms designed for all body types, multilingual staff, sensory-friendly shopping hours. Her assistant poked her head in. Working late again? Just dreaming, Daniela replied. About? A world where no one feels small in beautiful spaces. Marina smiled. You're already building it. That weekend, Daniela visited her mother's modest apartment over homemade pain de pain. Queijo, they discussed the company's evolution. You've changed an industry, Fila. We've changed it, your values, my platform. Her mother squeezed her hand. Your father would be proud. Daniela thought of her late father, a teacher who'd insisted everyone deserved respect, regardless of their station. Remember what he used to say, her mother continued. About books and covers? The most valuable stories often come in plain wrapping. You've made that your business model. They laughed, the sound mixing with São Paulo's evening symphony. Outside, months passed. Maison Leandre's inclusive approach inspired industry-wide changes. Competitors launched their own kindness initiatives. Fashion weeks featured more diverse models and audiences. One afternoon, reviewing scholarship applications, Daniela found a familiar name, the young woman from the thrift store Jeans, the one Fernanda had helped months ago. Her essay began, Fashion saved me twice. First, when I discovered design. Second, when a luxury boutique treated me like I belonged there. Daniela approved it immediately. That evening, she walked through Jardins, observing her flagship store from across the street. Through the windows, she watched her staff interact with customers of all backgrounds. Students, tourists, socialites, seniors, each receiving equal attention. Her phone rang. An international fashion magazine wanted to profile her as revolutionary. Retailer of the Year. I appreciate the honor, she told the editor, but I'd prefer you profile my team. They're the real revolutionaries. The confused pause made her smile. You see, she explained, I just changed a policy. They change lives daily. After declining several interview requests, Daniela agreed to one condition. The article would feature her employees' stories, not hers. The piece, titled The Faces Behind Fashion's Kindness Revolution, became the magazine's most shared story. As Maison Leandre prepared for its 10th anniversary in Brazil, Daniela reflected on the journey from that morning in the boutique. Standing in her office, she gazed at the framed quote on her wall, words she'd written after that first incident. True luxury whispers. True power lifts others. True success changes systems, not just circumstances. Her assistant entered with coffee. Ready for the anniversary gala? Almost, just remembering why we started this. The boutique incident. The awakening, Daniela corrected. Sometimes we need to be dismissed to discover our mission. That night at the gala, surrounded by fashion elite and scholarship recipients alike, Daniela gave a brief speech. 10 years ago, I learned that how we treat those who can offer us nothing reveals everything about our character. Tonight we celebrate not just fashion, but the transformation of an industry's heart. Applause filled the room, but Daniela's eyes found Fernanda in the crowd, now a successful designer herself. They shared a knowing smile. After the festivities, Daniela walked home through quiet streets, still preferring simplicity to chauffeured luxury. Her phone buzzed with a message from a store manager. Elderly lady came in today, worried she couldn't afford anything. Staff spent 2 hours helping her find the perfect gift within budget. She left crying happy tears. Daniela typed back, This is why we do what we do. The next morning, she entered yet another boutique incognito, force of habit now. A new associate approached. "Welcome. Just browsing or looking for something special?" "Just feeling the atmosphere," Daniela replied. "It's lovely, isn't it?" "Our founder believes stores should feel like home, not museums." Wise woman. We've never met her, but her philosophy shapes everything we do. As Daniela browsed, she overheard the associate helping another customer, a young man nervously shopping for his girlfriend. "I can't really afford—" "Let's find something meaningful within your budget," the associate interrupted gently. "True value isn't always about price tags." Daniela smiled. The revolution was complete. That afternoon, in a board meeting, she announced her next initiative, the Dignity Foundation, offering business mentorship to entrepreneurs from marginalized communities. "Fashion taught us about transformation," she explained. "Now we transform more than wardrobes." Her CFO raised concerns about profitability. "Profit without purpose is poverty," Daniela responded. "We're building wealth that can't be measured in numbers alone." Years later, business schools would study the Ramos Revolution, how one woman's humiliation sparked an industry transformation, but Daniela preferred another legacy. The thousands of customers who discovered dignity in unexpected places, the employees who learned that kindness was strength, the young designers who found doors opening instead of closing. In her final interview before stepping back from daily operations, a journalist asked what drove her success. "A simple belief," she answered, "that everyone who walks through our doors carries hidden worth. Our job is to see it, honor it, serve it, even when they can't afford to buy, especially then. Because dignity isn't for sale, it's for sharing." As she left the interview, Daniela passed by that original boutique. Through the window, she watched her team serving customers with genuine warmth. Her phone rang. "Marina, now CEO. The latest numbers are in. We're exceeding all projections. And the kindness metrics. Higher than ever," Daniela smiled. "Then we're truly succeeding." That evening, sorting through design sketches in her home studio, Daniela reflected on the journey from rejected customer to industry transformer. Her mother's words echoed, "Remember, Filha, the most precious things in life come without price. Tags, respect, kindness, dignity." She'd built an empire on those principles. Outside, São Paulo hummed with life. Somewhere in the city, someone was walking into a Maison Leandre boutique, perhaps hesitant, perhaps feeling out of place, but they'd be welcomed, seen, valued. Because Daniela Ramos had learned and taught an industry that true luxury isn't about what you sell, it's about how you make people feel. And sometimes the most powerful revolution begins with a simple question. How may I help you today? The answer changed everything. Tentar novamente o Claude pode cometer erros, confira sempre as respostas.